Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody. Overthinking Football Show. It is the watch along on a holiday. We're here on a holiday watching Orlando Pirates versus Cape Town City. My name is George Mokwena, guys. I'm your host. I know. I've been gone for a bit. I just went through a little bit of something with my equipment and I needed to find a workaround. I needed to find a workaround there just so that I could get back in. My laptop screen is broken. Anyway, we have Cape Town Spurs. We have Cape Town City versus Orlando Pirates. I think I just only got on TikTok. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. This is the live watch along of Cape Town City versus Orlando Pirates. I know I've been gone for a little bit. Yeah, just went through a little bit of a hardware thing. My laptop screen is broken right now. So I needed to find a workaround in the meantime so I could get back live here. But anyway, guys, yeah, Orlando Pirates finds itself in Cape Town. Yeah, in Cape Town, still touring the coast. They were in Durban, did a lot of damage, scoring 17 goals in the month of April, including a 7-1 drubbing of Arrows, and then also a 4-2 win versus AmaZulu, a team that they beat just 7 days before 1-0. 7 days after. They beat them 7 days after again 1-0, and then beat Raleigh 4-0. So it seems as though when it comes to the coast, KZN, I don't know what you guys did to Orlando Pirates, because that's where they have found the most joy from their last 5 games. Orlando Pirates has won 4 of those games and drawn 1. I'll just go through those scores again. Raleigh 4-0, AmaZulu 1-0, AmaZulu 4-2, Arrows 7-1, Swallows 1-1. Oh, Temikosi, welcome. And then Cape Town City have been going through a bit of a slide themselves. Them and Supersport, the guys who were hoping were going to be up there, are not necessarily up there. In their last 5 games, they have 4 draws and a loss. In terms of the table, 25 games played, 9 wins, 8 draws, 8 losses, 25 goals for, 22 against, for a grand total of 35 points, where Orlando Pirates is number 3 on the log. 25 games played, 13 wins, 7 draws, 5 losses, 35 goals scored, 19 against, for 46 points. They, of course, are chasing, I guess, the surprise package of this year is Stellenbosch FC, who just so happened to be number 2, sorry. It just happened to be number 2. This is a chance for Orlando Pirates to at least draw level with them, possibly go above them. Well, the goal differences are the same. So if they win today, they will go to number 2. So let's see how Pirates play. Stellenbosch, of course, still with the game in hand. They are going to be playing as well. So we'll see how that one pans out on that side. Pirates. What do I always say about Pirates? Orlando Pirates is such an emotional team. When everything is going well for Orlando Pirates, hey, bafana, if they score 2 goals, they could score 4. Incredibly dangerous as a team. I always say, for me, the team I fear the most in terms of what they can do on any given day is Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates can embarrass you on their day. The only problem is that they're not consistent enough to warrant that danger in every game that they play. And that is one of the issues with Orlando Pirates. That we hope and we wish and, you want them to be up there, but they only seem to come into their proper gears when it's the second part of the season and they're chasing something, or when they're playing in cup games. So, yeah, if they can find the consistency, Pirates is an incredible team, I think. But anyway, here they are versus the Cape Town City. They are without Ulibito. Of course, Ulibito broke his collarbone. Saleng is apparently sick. He's sitting in the stands, but apparently he's got a bit of a bug. Abashoguti, if it's flu or whatever, they just say that he's sick right now. And then Utito, Ambulance Tembisa, Patrick Maswanganyi is suspended, along with Makaula, meaning that Tim comes into the team, and also Kapinga finally gets a start. I don't know if this is, I believe this is his first start, Kapinga. I believe it's his first start. The starting lineups are as follows: Darren Keaton goal for Cape Town City, Mkhize Cupido, Van Neerden Cordino, Petrus Slacha, Gonzalez, Rhodes, Mayo, and Pacienza. Then on Orlando Pirates' side, we have Chain in goal, Koki Sesane, Hoto Munyane, Mbata, Tim, Kapinga, Mfukeng Dlamini, and Mabasa, making up the starting lineup of Orlando Pirates. Let's see. How do you guys think this game is going to end? I wonder if Pirates can pile on the pressure onto this Cape Town City team. It's so sad, man. Cape Town City was... Cape Town City was like one of the better performers, along with Supersport. Gavin is going through the worst stretch of his career, which is crazy, seeing as his career is almost 30 years deep. So to have that already, and to have this Cape Town City team also sliding and struggling, is very interesting. Results from last night. Let me just get the results from last night. Cape Town Spurs lost to Polokwane City, while Richards Bay beat iAmaZulu, meaning that Richards Bay pulls further away from Cape Town Spurs. As you know, Cape Town Spurs is number last on the log, and then Richards Bay is second last. Right now, Richards Bay is 8 points ahead of them with 4 games left to play. Richards Bay, of course, is probably going to be trying to catch Iswallows, who are currently at 0-0 as it stands. Richards Bay is 4 points behind Iswallows, and they'll be looking to either get out of the relegation zone, out of that playoff spot, or at least, make sure that they're playing that playoff. It's a very interesting league that we have here in front of us. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, 18 wins from their 23 games, 5 losses, still unbeaten, 7 games away from being invincible. 7 games away from being invincible. 42 goals scored with only 8 conceded. So that is insane. Orlando Pirates, apologies guys, they scored 39 goals. I had said earlier 35. They scored 39 goals. So they're 3 behind Mamelodi Sundowns, with Stellenbosch following them in terms of goals scored with 35. So it's interesting. It's very interesting, especially for those top 8 spots. Kaizer Chiefs, of course, has a game in hand, but they're playing Mamelodi Sundowns. I doubt they would be able to end the invincible run. If they do, yo, Sundowns, you're not going to hear the end of this one. Anyway, back into the game. 8 minutes played. It's still 0-0. They've been going back and forth. Neither team has looked to be that dangerous as it stands right now at the beginning of this game. We want to see, of course, players like Abo Kaisa Mayo, who is second on the scoring sheets with 11 goals. Reyners, of course, blew that thing wide open by scoring 5 goals in one game versus Polokwane. So Mayo will be looking to maybe score some goals. And of course, you have guys like Abo Mabasa, who's still staking his claim. There. He's getting his chance to play. Abo Mahopa are benching. I just want to pull it up here. So, Ikram Reyners, 13 goals. Lucas Ribeiro, 11. Mabasa, 11. Mayo, 10. So, apologies about that. Kaisa Mayo has 10 goals. He is trying to keep up with the pack. Mabasa will be looking to try at least going to second, or if he can get a young hat-trick, he could overtake Reyners and go into 14 points. Outside of those 4, Bradley Krobla comes up at 5 with 8 goals. He's tied with Samir Nurkovic. So, let's see. Let's see how this game pans out. Pranko says this one is going to be a tough one. It is going to be a tough one. But remember, Cape Town City hasn't looked the same since Abonotata have not been playing. Those are the players that make that team tick. So without him there, it hasn't been that strong in Cape Town City. What I will say is that they keep it close. They have drawn all of their games, or 4 of their games up to this point. Pirates just needs to get over the hump. I think Pirates just needs the first goal. If they get the first goal, let's say in the next 10, 15 minutes, it's not as hard anymore. You'll see them really open up. I think Tito not being here is going to be quite the learning curve there for Kapinga. Let's see if Kapinga can do a little bit of what Utito has been able to bring. A person who everybody is saying should be player of the season. And who do you guys think should be player of the season, actually? Tito's obviously a big name that has been mentioned. You have Williams that has been mentioned. You have Mokwena that has been mentioned. Ikram Reyners maybe with a shout as well for where they are as a team. Who do you guys think should be the player of the season this year? And there goes Mfukeng, somebody who everybody is touting to be the young player of the season. Let's see. Magwande says, all thanks to Sundowns for finishing the league earlier. Sundowns is unstoppable, guys. Sundowns is unstoppable. Rulani has not lost a game, a league game, since taking over full-time as the head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns, Ahly one. He has not lost a league game. That is incredible. Lange says, Lagawasepere says, you need your own show. I've got my own show. Here we are right here. On Supersport. Even SABC. My business email is in my profile. Player of the season is Mbule. Mbule! Aye, prank calls. Aye. Kuma says, my player is Campbell. Oh, Campbell is your player of the year. Well, I guess you could say Campbell. Or young player. Is it young player, Kumo? Yeah, obviously. Campbell, 17 years old, hasn't had the best of runs towards the end of the season. Supersport is struggling. They are struggling. But you could also argue that there's no players in the league that have been proper consistent. I'd say Williams, by virtue of being the goalkeeper for Mamelodi Sundowns, has been incredibly consistent. Only conceded 8 goals. So I'd look at him as a consistent person. It has to be at least another person from Sundowns. I'd say Mokwena maybe, but we'll see. They've still got a lot of games left to play. Would it be fair to include him, knowing that he's going to miss out on a lot of games and possibly has missed out on a couple of games in this? I'd have to look it up. That's why I'm like, hey, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. The sad part is that with the PSL, it's never like a standout season, right? I know Pirates fans are going to kill me. It's never like a standout, like obvious season for player of the season. And also the criteria is not, yeah. Who do you guys think is going to be player of the season? Guy says player of the season is Williams. Kumo says, Akira Pena and Parkman don't have enough game time, but my heart is the chairman. Oh, what a ball. Ball played in there by Cape Town City. Unable to take advantage. Pacienza was unable to take advantage. This Pirates defense is taking. It's taking. If you can push them the right way, you can get something from them. When you look at it, Hoto and Munyani are not going to be in defensive positions. You're going to have Sesane and Utoki there at the back. Utoki is not the fastest of players. Sesane is still getting used to the way Pirates play. So, I don't know. Look at that. Look at the positioning. Look at the position. It's what I'm telling you. Look at the positioning. But the Cape Town City are playing a low block. It was Moshi. Low block. Well, Pirates is not taking advantage. Neither team has really put their foot on the ball here. They've been half chances, very half quarter chances, but they haven't been like clear-cut chances where you could say that Cape Town City is going to win this game or Pirates is going to win this game. What's very important for Pirates is that they need to score, I'd say, within 30 minutes. Because if they don't score within 30 minutes, we know what Pirates does. They're going to struggle. We're going to hear about the referees. Oh, Keanu Cupido. 24 starts and 24 appearances for Cape Town City. Seems like Bamkapile. Yo. Oh, Eric Tinkler with Manyama there on the bench. Manyama, one of the coaches there at Cape Town City. What happened there? Did he pull something after Tim? Oh, doesn't look good for Cupido. Miguel Tim there with the tackle. Let's see. Okay, the 5 times that these teams have met before, Orlando Pirates has 2 wins, Cape Town City has 1 win, and of course 2 games were drawn. Last 2 times that these teams met, on the 29th of August 2023, Orlando Pirates beat Cape Town City 2-0, and then on the 22nd of April last year, Orlando Pirates beat Cape Town City 2-1. So it's trending towards Cape Town City losing this game. But let's see what they can do. Home in the Western Cape. Pirates, of course, is getting ready for that quarterfinal clash that they're going to be playing over there in Gavin with Chipa United. Let's see. The last 4 of the Nedbank Cup is very interesting. Chipa, Stellenbosch, Pirates, and Sundowns. Cupido doesn't look comfortable. It doesn't look comfortable. But again, nobody wants to come off. And Chipa's been on a very good run of form. So I think that's the harder game for the Pirates team. I think that's going to be a very hard game. Abo coach Bangali, Kwanele Kopo, and Thabo September have done a very good job, with the cameo appearance there by Coach Pound for Pound, who also sits on the bench. But 18 minutes in, I'm not going to lie to you, it has been a boring game so far. Pirates, of course, in the Nedbank Cup will be looking for their second trophy of the season, having already won the MTN 8. But then, of course, it's a very interesting tie in terms of those trophies. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, has the league. We know that. The league is wrapped up, guys. The league is gone. So they've got the league in the bag. They've got an AFL this season. Pirates has an MTN 8. They have won, 3 trophies in 18 months. They're going to try to do it 4 trophies in 2 years, which is very, very good. It's an incredible return. You've got Stellenbosch, who won their first trophy this year, taking that Carling knockout trophy. If they manage to get 2 trophies in a year, that would also be such a boost, especially as they're sitting number 2 right now. And if they're sitting number 2, they get to play Champions League. Again, something that Pirates is going to be looking to block them from doing. If both teams win all of their games to finish off this season, Stellenbosch finishes number 2, and they get to play Champions League. Pirates, of course, trying to right the wrongs of that Champions League knockout, that Champions League prelim knockout that they suffered to tshwane. So let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. Interesting end to the season, I think. Sky says Mabasa will do the job. Nimtembilu Mabasa. All I know is that Bafana is going to play Nigeria soon. And if the pattern holds, we had Lepas at the beginning of the year, starting. Then it went to Makopa, and he got to play for Bafana, even in the AFCON. Now we've got Mabasa starting for Pirates. Does that mean that Hugo Bruce is going to bring Mabasa into the starting lineup of Bafana? I wonder. Oh, Pirates is frustrating, guys. What are you guys playing? What are you guys playing? So now, whenever Sundowns and TS Galaxy, we must expect injuries. It's no longer a Cold War. That match was so weird. I would have loved to have seen that match earlier in the season. You know, when it was at the peak of Rulani and Sid Ramovic shouting at each other. That's when I wanted to see it. I believe it was that last round of the Nedbank Cup. If they'd given us that game, man. Some more people are getting injured. Zungu has just come back. He gets injured. Now Rulani is casting King. Has put out allegations that he's got a mole there that told him that Sid Ramovic reminded the boys to be extra hard on Zungu. Guys, yeah. And Hape, what's the thing about Sundowns coaches and having moles? Can't you not spy, guys? Not spy ko teaming tari. Didn't Steve Compella say something similar? Pass. Can he get there? Offside. That looked a bit harsh. Or maybe it's because that pass was so good, man. I wanted that pass to yield something. No way! Linesman! Aye, linesman. No. Please don't wake up the Pirates fans and make them start complaining about the ref again. That was not offside at all. That was not offside at all. You see, this is the thing about Pirates. When they're close to the Indian Ocean, they're out here performing and killing teams. Now they go to the Atlantic, and look at how still this Pirates team is. Look at how they're struggling to build up. And it's not a low block, this one. This one is not a low block. They're trying to play balls over the top to Mfukeng. Look at how slow they're playing. Pirates can't play slow. That's the one thing. Pirates cannot play slow. The slower Pirates plays, the more you don't see what's happening. They need to pace up. And it's sad because Saleng is not on that pitch. If there's one player who paces up no matter what, it's Saleng. Now we've got to see whether the other players can live up to the Pirates that we've seen in the month of April. 17 goals scored in those games. Terrorizing KZN. Wow, linesman. Hey, this linesman. I don't know. Yeah, Cupido's not going to be able to finish. Yeah, why did you let him stay on? Let him go off. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Don't risk a player's thing. The one thing I like about what Rulani said about his players, he did say that, hey, I'm not going to risk Mokwena's career over a trophy. It's a rough game. Oh, it's a rough game. Shabari you look at the etsang. But was suspended tipabang. Okay, Eric Tinkler forced to make a change, early change. Sundowns will be crowned champions today. When? Now we're going to have to do a guard of honor tomorrow. I don't want to do a guard of honor tomorrow. Go FNP. Guard of honor, go FNP. Yo. That hurts. I'm not going to lie. Guard of honor, FNP. Just the idea of it, that hurts. We better win that game tomorrow. And Sundowns fans, you better hope that Chiefs does not win that game. I'm going to repeat it. You better hope that Chiefs does not win that game. The moment you win that game, the amount of noise. Coach Rivero, please play Otladisa. Isn't that the curse of a big squad? The curse of a big squad is that I think Pirates was getting ready to go play Champions League. They couldn't play Champions League. Now they've brought all of these players in. Boka Pinga is getting, I don't know how many minutes he's played. I've only seen him in one other game, if I'm not mistaken. Boka Pinga, Bo Tadisa, those type of players that were brought in. Bokim Viudi, all of those guys that were brought in specifically for this season. Now you got to balance those gens. And if you don't balance those gens properly, you end up having one guy is warm when one guy is cold, right? Kapinga's cold. And he'll be cold when he gets onto the pitch. He'll have to warm up. To 5 games left. 5 games left is when you want to bring in people to get warm, to learn how to play the Pirates way. That's the balance, the balancing act of having a big team. Guys, big teams, no matter how much quality is there, it's not a nice thing. It's not an easy thing to manage. Let's see. Here we go. 27 minutes in, it's still 0-0. I don't believe there's been a shot. I don't believe there's been anything on target. This game has been boring. And boring, I think, suits Cape Town City. Cape Town City would much prefer to play boring Pirates than to be chasing a game. That's what I think. Pony says, God of honor tomorrow. Pony, God of honor tomorrow, me bra. It's a God of honor to start the game, but we're leaving with 3 points. Even if Chief beats us tomorrow, the league is ending today. I'm good with it. I just need my team. This is a trophy. This is my trophy. Beating Sundowns tomorrow is a trophy. Messed up everything else. Kabetsi says the friendlies have started. But this game can't be a friendly, Kabetsi. Pella, let's see. Here's the thing. Oh, Chippa's leading Swallows. Swallows relegation. Anyway, for example, if we look at the log, Golden Arrows is on 32 points, right? 32 points, 25 games played. If they win theirs with a -5 goal difference, they go up to number 9, right? Polokwane City is on 33 points. If they win their next game, they go to 36 points and potentially would catch Cape Town City, right? Even though the goal difference is what is going to kill them, but they'd catch up to Cape Town City and they'd be number 7. Kaizer Chiefs is on 33 points, and if they win tomorrow, then we could go to number 6, right? We could go to number 6. So I think there's still a lot to play for because Supersport is also in the mix, 35 points, even though they've gone through a very bad run these past few weeks. They could, theoretically, if they win their game in hand, go up to position 5. So there's still a lot to play for. Outside of the fact that Stellenbosch and Orlando Pirates are also competing for number 2, because I don't think Pirates wants to go play Confed. I don't think Stellenbosch wants to go play Confed. Then at the bottom of the table, Richards Bay, 3 points from Swallows, who's losing right now. That could get them out of relegation. Cape Town Spurs is not serious. 4 wins, 3 draws, 19 losses. 19 goals scored, 42 goals conceded, minus 23 goal difference for a grand total of 15 points. 15 points for the whole season. They're not catching up to Richards Bay, most probably, with their 4 games left. There's a lot, guys. There's a lot. There's a lot that could happen in this league. It's nice, man. Ozzy says, sad reality of Pefeni. Hey, Pefeni is weird. That's why I'm watching you rather than watching the game. I'm trying, like, but this game has been very slow. Pirates doesn't have a way to progress the ball. They don't have a way to progress the ball. And with Tito missing, there's nobody who's confident enough to just drop back and try to get the ball to play it up. So Mfukeng is being starved because there's no balls going up there on that side. Then they're also, for some reason, afraid to play the ball up quickly on the sides, which is what they usually do when they have Hoto overlapping and chasing Mfukeng, right? Overloading whoever's the right back. I guess they don't want to do that because it might leave them open on the left-hand side. But what are you going to do? Mbata is running around, but he's not a player that controls the ball. He's not a guy who you give the ball and then he turns and plays the pass, right? Kapinga, I have not seen Kapinga. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have not seen Kapinga. And it's to be expected because he's a player that hasn't played much this season. So that's what we're seeing. In terms of the Cape Town City side, they look content to just pass the ball around. There's no urgency to their play. No urgency to their play. So now, they just float. What has Khanye Mayo done in this game? Okay, here comes Pacienza. Oh, we couldn't get past Koki. Pacienza tried to make a run from deep. Mfukeng again. At least Mfukeng win a penalty, bro. Win a penene, rebe sharp. I'm talking the league or death gang. That one is over. I am only allowed to say DSTV channel 202 and DSTV stream. That is all I'm allowed to say. Malone and Clarissa should have been in the starting lineup. I don't know. My unpopular opinion is that Ndlondlo should have started this game. I think Ndlondlo at least knows how to carry a ball centrally. But everybody else, Lamini should drop and collect the ball. No one wants to drop and collect the ball. No one wants to drop and collect the ball. That Tito play, no one wants to come back and get that ball. And that's why Pirates are struggling. Mfukeng must run after it. Shades of when Vincent Pule plays. But for the most part, we haven't seen much. Mabasa there with a chance that Keith saved. Wahib says this game needs to open up. If Pirates don't score before halftime, I'd said 30 minutes. If Pirates don't score before halftime, Hashem. Mabasa there with another chance. Pirates seems to be waking up now. They're trying to wake up. But a whole reshuffle from Pirates. So who's in the first team of Pirates then? Who's in the first team of Pirates? Mfukeng is in the first team of Pirates. You have Tito in the first team of Pirates. Who else in there would you say showcase, surefire when you're playing, if you're playing CAF Confed or CAF Champions League next year? Who are the players that have to play CAF Champions League and who's going to be relegated to the league? I want to know what you guys think. Can't bench play. Who are the can't bench players that Pirates? Damini, Sky Mobs, Damini. Ay. I like the boy, but oh, linesman and Mfukeng, they have there's something happening here. There's something happening here because again, Mfukeng is clearly onside. Clearly onside. Vincent said, what are the odds of this game ending as a draw? Does it look like a goal will come from? No. Vince, no. There's no goal that's going to come from here the way these two teams are playing. You need an urgency driver. So if Cape Town City can score first, you'll see an exciting game because Pirates will be chasing. If Pirates scores first, it looks like this Cape Town City team is ready to roll over. Ozzy says, I prefer Bucks to go. I prefer Bucks goes to the Confed next season. We went as far as the final last time. Unfinished business. Hey, Ozzy. Is the unfinished business on Isabi Champions League? Eh? Isabi Champions League, guys. Over 5 offsides from Fukeng's agent. The linesman bet, Leon. Hey, my agent. The linesman bet. Because there's no way.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
People are emotional. They've robbed him. Mfukeng has been robbed a lot. Look, they're going to give him offside again. If they played that ball, play the ball to the side. Oh, Godinho. Whenever I see former Chiefs defenders, I'm like, wow. Wow. Guys, Ngezana won the league in Romania. He gave a quote saying, no, these struggles I'm facing in Romania, it's nothing new. You know, we've gone trophyless dead Chiefs for a while. It's nothing new. Just needed to be able to change it. And I was like, yo. Okay, here comes Cape Town City. Decision making. Oh, decision making. Oh, Pirates, decision making. Linesman Brown and the linesman is killing Mfukeng. And the sad part about the linesman killing Mfukeng is that it would make sense if he was on the side of Mfukeng. I look at Mfukeng. He's on the other side where he can see all the way down the line to Mfukeng. No, guys, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong with this linesman. We are not ready. The standard is too high, says Ozzy. I knew it. I knew you weren't saying it because you've got unfinished business. No, but Pirates is ready. Pirates is ready. If Nodibu, if Jordaan Galaxy, if those teams can play in the Champions League, surely Pirates can play in the Champions League, surely. And do well, actually. All right, guys. Kamoti Pirates will score before 62 minutes. I want Kapinga to play deeper. He needs to penetrate. Well, someone needs to pick up the ball. Someone needs to pick up a ball. That's why I would sooner bring in Donjo. So I'd bring in Donjo to be next to Tim. Tim does the defensive duties. Ndondlo just gets to progress the ball. If Ndondlo can progress the ball to Kapinga, you'll see something. Right now, Pirates is running out of ideas. When they get to the top of the pitch. Cape Town City is actually disciplined in their defense. So Pirates is not finding those holes that they'll find, you know, oh, the defending versus Royal AM. The defending from Royal AM versus Pirates. No way. I could not believe my eyes that these are grown men who do this for a living. Full on living. Eh? Yet they can't communicate when somebody's running here. Right past you. On the left-hand side, they were so open. Guys. They don't know offside, says Tabo. Lange says, this was in the core next half. Web says 3-2-4-1. Tactical approach of City is a masterclass. It is a masterclass. It's just not dangerous. I don't like games that are not dangerous or have that thing about them. It is working for them up to this point. I mean, Pirates has been completely subdued for this whole game. And sometimes you need to play that ugly football in order to come out with something. Forget about the emotional damage. Forget about the emotional damage, guys. Go play Champions League. The players will learn. Wahib says Mabasa should drop deep in Fukeng to make runs in behind. If Kapinga gets deep, we can get wide. That's one way to look at it. I think Mfukeng needs a partner. And I think you guys are missing a glue midfielder, a glue man, a person who puts it together, a guy who links the attack and the defense. Doesn't necessarily have to go forward and do a step over to go win that side, but yeah. Time traveler here, I knew the final score. I'll give you credit. You were vague enough that 2-0 still makes sense for Mamelodi Sundowns ES 2-0. I'll give you that. You still haven't given me the lotto numbers. Just by the way. How are you from the future and don't know the lotto numbers for this week? I'm not sure what roles Lamini plays in this team. If I'm being honest. "42 minutes in. What's going to happen is that at halftime, I will let in a couple of people and we'll talk about what we saw in the first half. Then if we can get to a certain number of likes, let me just check, a certain number of likes, then I'll keep it open and we can chat away. Everybody will get their minutes, 2 minutes nyana to speak. You call in by joining me live while I'm here on TikTok, those watching on YouTube. And there's a button at the bottom of the screen that says multi-guest. Click on the button and then we'll go from there. Guys, can we get 15,000 likes? Just tap the screen. It's free. Just tap. You can tap 1,000 times if you want. No one's going to stop you. You're not going to be banned. And it's not going to cost you any money. Zamini is being made to cover the right wing. And it doesn't make sense. You've got Tim covering the defense. So he can come in and you can expand your defense. Fine, Munyan is gone. Why are you covering the right wing and... Hi, guys. Mbata and Dlamini have been running. You see them working, but you're not quite sure what they're working for or on. Lebza, welcome. I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand it. On the same token, on the other side, Kaizer Mayo. Kaizer Mayo feels like one of those strikers where if you're not watching him, you'd probably think he's so good. But the day that you watch him, he just doesn't perform on the day. That's what Kaizer Mayo looks like. When Hugo Bruce is talking his talk about Tabo Mayo, you start to see it in these games. Aimless ball. Oh, what a boring game. 1 minute, ref, please. Rukupa 1 minute fail. Pirates is going straight to Confed, says Tiro. Wahib says Mayo isn't the quality we talk about. He needs the right type of players around him to shine. Oh, Muhsin Eturgal. Eturgal. Is that Carol? Oh, I thought it was Carol. I was like, yeah, Carol should be the Pirates. The goals will come for us plenty. Futi says Ozzy. Pananom says we are Mamelodi Sundowns. Hey. Pananom, upetile today. Did you bet? Come on, coach says it's your income. Oh, Lebza, thank you for the gifts, Lebza. Wena ke go tshepile Lebza. Okay, 2 minutes added on. There comes Pirates. There's the chance. Pasapolo, Mabasa. Pasapolo. Oh, if I'm to yo, guys. Vincent says bet for a win on both teams and goals for both teams, but never for a 0-0 draw.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
Bobby told you guys. Roland is telling you guys. Plastic fans, Papetway. Not me, Rulani, not me. Okay, there we go, halftime. I'm going to open it up, guys. Just please remember that you have to be following me in order to jump into the live. I want to hear what you guys say because, hi, this game is going nowhere slowly. Oh, Rivero, taking a jog, eh? Ooh, wait, you have to be following me, guys. Remember, you have to be following me in order to come in. Bottom of the screen, the button that says multi-guest, blue figure, hugging a pink figure. Click on it, request, I let you in. Add your voice to the show now, live. Oh, Langawa said Paris. How are you?
Ziyakhala. Bafuna number 2.
Ziyakhala.
Ziyakhala. Ay, kodwa mina sengilinda next season.
Aw, so uyekile.
Hayi, Chiefs next season sayithatha.
Angifuna ukuzingena singakhulumi nge-Chiefs
Sesipracticele next season kodwa ke lo mfana kama lo ngiyayibona ukuthi hayi amagoli ayeza next half.
Kuphi la?
Azoza kusazoshaya ama-coaching tactics lapha. Shintshwa ama-tactics. Lingene ngapha 2-1 score.
Ubhethe malini ngale over 2.5?
La eSouth Africa niyaphulana inhliziyo angisabheji la eMzansi. Angizamile ngahluleka angisabheji eMzansi. Iyafa ithikithi.
Okay, ngizobuya ngifaka uLebza. Welcome.
You know, I'm busy doing shopping with my daughter and just going about because I know this team is bound to get a penalty. So I'm like, today I'm not gonna hurt myself by watching, but I'm hoping for one thing, that they draw so that they're hype because they're basically like, unstoppable next season, challenging Sundowns, the song that we hear every time. So I just have my fingers crossed. I'm like watching your feed only. I've got my fingers crossed that they draw or they lose. But I know the referees are well compensated, eh? So something is going to happen. Penalty is going to come about outside the penalty area.
Listen, they gave Mfukeng something like 5 offsides that were not even close. So I don't know what's meant to happen here. I don't know.
I expect Paris to get a goal, but not a real goal, them shiga ones. But I'll be watching here on this feed because I don't wanna I don't wanna be emotionally invested in this game by watching it. Because hey, these referee decisions will hurt you when you think now the game is well balanced. The referee goes this way and then it changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah.
So hey, it's our hate refereeing in South Africa. So I'm taking care of my heart for today. But if they draw or lose, Shem, I bought Castle, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge and celebrate probably all night. So
This guy
hopefully
too much, right? This guy celebrated too much.
I don't know that one. I know the result. I'm not worried about. I was talking about today's one because Pirates is quite unpredictable. Tomorrow's game is the game we're going to play against Chiefs is predictable. Pirates one is not predictable. It's more like how are they going to win, not whether they're going to win. It's a question of how are they going to win. But we want to see the unpredictability comes in, whether the referee is going to give a penalty, red card, whatnot. So we're waiting for that unpredictability in the Pirates game. But with the Sundowns Chiefs one, we already know, bruh.
Okay. Where are the Pirates play? Where are the Pirates fans? What means fella? Hey man. Lange. Mo starting lineups the Pirates, man. Do we now see Tito, how important Tito is to this team?
Angiboni ukuyimisela uthi akukho nje.
Yeah.
Ukuyimisela kwabanye ngoba nje fanele ngabe selingenile igoli manje ube bayimisela impela bebhidlize i-defense.
Mara bagaminya. I mean bagafika la bangadlali when they want this number 2. Kade basitshela ukuthi bafuna number 2 Champions League Stellenbosch. Na i-chance abayithathi.
Bazothatha number 2 naphela egcineni kosuku. Isono sikithi si-Chiefs. Number 2 we-Pirates.
Okay. Lebza, I know you're not watching, but when you hear me talk about Pirates being number 3 right now, chasing number 2, but there's no effort that they're putting into this game, even though they've got that thing. How do you feel about that?
Maswanganye, that's it. They over-relied on him, and they thought they were smart by getting that yellow card, but hey, it's gonna cost them a position in Champions League. They're gonna play with their peers in Confed, man. Like that's where they belong. You saw Jordaan embarrass them in the big one, so they deserve to go down to their Confed. That's where they belong. We'll see. We'll see how it ends. Hopefully they get position 3 instead of 4, but position 2 belongs to Stellenbosch. They've ended. Let's be honest. So let's see.
Could be Polokwane City at the end of the season. You never know. Let me come back to Lange. Cape Town City. This team was one of the strong teams. Yashaya ukuthi sifike ku position 3. I believe last season they finished 3rd or 4th. Kazakalani this season. Now baku number 8.
Yabona nje ubhidla kodwa akusiyona Cape Town City kuphela. Akusiyona Cape Town City kuphela, buka onke ama-team asuka nje le phezulu, i-performance yawo iyehle. O-Richards Bay njengoba sebebezansi kade bengekho lapha amasizini adla. Nalo mkhubo ukuthi mengisane-motivation yokusuka ehlathini ngiqale ngishise bese ngizoshawa next season kulamasizini alandelayo. Asazi yini esuke yehlisa i-performance, but mhlampe senibanjiwe abanye ocoach benibambile, so kufanele nife nesikele message.
Yeah.
So bona abafe nesikeleme esisha shuthi sebe too predictable.
Mara predictable phela leli gethu man. Sonke siyashaywa vele.
Ngaphandle Sundowns.
Ngaphandle kwe-Sundowns.
Ayi
Shayna sodwa vele.
ayishana sodwa ngempela futhi.
Okay, hi. Lebza, what's happening to Cape Town City this year? Even Super Sport is having a tough time.
No. For SuperSport, I understand. Playing CAF competitions and local competitions at the same time will really destroy you. Like we've seen teams like Pirates come back and struggle. We've seen it's just that Sundowns has a lot of depth and all of that. Even us, we should be struggling right now. I don't know how we are able to win some of these games. Because you see, look at Wydad, what's happening with it. They're struggling. Al Ahly in the league, they're struggling as well. So, SuperSport, I'm not really surprised. I expected it. Was it Gallants that went all the way to the final and got relegated?
Yeah, I think they got to the semis. Was it the semis?
No, the finals. They got to the finals and they got relegated. So CAF competitions are taxing. That travel, it's not like in Europe where you can like take a train 5 minutes, you're in a different country. CAF traveling is expensive, physically, emotionally, and otherwise. And the hostility that people face in different countries also counts on your body. So I wasn't expecting anything positive from SuperSport this season. I expect them to come back stronger next season, but this season they are out of it. But for Cape Town City, I really don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's a shocker because it's one of the teams that you see what Stellenbosch is doing. That's what we expected from Cape Town City.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that one. No, but let me ask who Prastomi. Prastomi, welcome to the show. How are you? Right, Prastomi, 2 questions. What did you think of the game so far, Le Pirates and Cape Town City? And then secondly, what's happening to Cape Town City, Nabo SuperSport this season?
Game is balanced. And what I see, Paris is missing a lot of chances. If they have a bit convicted chances, because I see about capping ababonakale gaming.
Yeah.
Then who coach Paris to make changes. I'm capping because the team I got like. As a result, that is why I have to make on the play Cape Town City. On the second question, Cape Town City, we are kungula. Iyakuthanda urelease player and low nezinye players fana noDimba. I-back line yabo was too solid ine-players ezindala, the likes of Mukeke, uyabona oMokwana bangaphandle. So zizinto ezenziwa nguTinkler, and uTinkler in the manner ungumuntu obeliever on the young team. Into entsha ke leyo believe in the young team, of which is the team is struggling with these young players. So that is the problem abanayo. And if usazodlala ngayo, young players usazostrugglisa too much.
And then what do you think about Pirates today?
Pirates today, game they need to make few changes, noba ziyi-2, and stick to Umabasa because yambona uyakwazi uyifumana ibhola and linking the play as number 9, i-team iyakwazi usondela through to the box. So zizinto funeka bazilungisile ezo nto kwi-second half. Otherwise, I see i-draw kule game, it be team enelakho ezowina namhlanje. Otherwise, nothing surprising on the game. Game nje, it is a fair game and uyayibona as the last game.
Okay, let me bring in Wahib. Wahib, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, gentlemen.
What are you seeing from this game, Wahib?
This game is bored, my brother. The referee just...
That linesman.
And the
that
linesman just
also.
don't want us to score this goal. And it seems like Cape Town is having a nice weather here for these Pirates
For once.
players.
But no nice game.
Nice weather. No, they can't even. I don't know what's wrong, but I think this manager is just trying something new, playing the youngsters. Let them enjoy them. They're playing also a very organized team, but second half it's going to open up OT. I'm sure about that. I'm seeing Kaulo 2 for Pirates. I'm not seeing they're not going to concede because there's no pressing from Cape Town City, and they're not creating that many chances. They have balance in the attack, but they're not creating the balance. So I can only see Pirates going if certain players just show up.
What's going wrong at Cape Town City? I mean, they were one of the most consistent teams over the past few years, but this run that they've been on more recently has been underwhelming. A lot of draws.
I think it's the new players trying to fit in the system, trying new things. I do think Eric Tinkler believes in young players that wants to grow and wants to become better. And these are the kind of matches they will struggle. And that's just give you belief as a player that you must improve. Because you can improve in areas where you lack. And Pirates is a team that can show you, can hurt you, and can also make you better. So it's a very tactical match. Two managers that knows what they want of the players. So I'm just hoping second half it opening up. 55 minutes is the first goal for Pirates. Watch out, OT.
Okay. Hey, we've been wondering about betting. Stosh, welcome to the show. How are you?
Mr. Uthi, ngiyaphila mfethu kunjani?
Hi, man. Right, Stosh. Ngibona njani Cape?
Okay. Firstly, siqala nge-Cape Town City. I feel like Cape Town City is waiting for Orlando Pirates to score for them to raise their game. Like they're not coming to the party. They are home, but angiboni next. This guy odlala esayidini on the left hand side, like Munyane attacking. Like the problem yakhe, I feel like ucrossa noma isidingo singekho. Like he doesn't raise his head whenever I go final third. So like I feel like Cape Town City is not coming to the party. I don't know why. And then on the Orlando Pirates side, I don't know if it was a wise decision for the coach to encourage Umaswanganye to get a yellow card on the previous game.
Yeah.
Because i-absence yakhe iyabonakala today. I-absence kaMaswanganye iyabonakala, and I also have a problem with the two midfielders team no Mbatha. Lack of forward passes from both of them. Amabhola wabo always sideways or back or a mover. Also uDlamini, I'm seeing him uyabadlula whenever afuna ibhola, udlula bona ahamba yolanda kila kuXoki or kuSesane or kuHodo.
Yeah.
So like
So then,
there's a problem.
That specific problem.
Let's take out team and then let's forget Undlandlo, and then let's take out Udlamini, and then let's put in Ukimvudi, according to me. I think that way. And then in closing, Mabasaman, I also have a problem. He keeps turning even when it's not necessary. He wants to turn and shoot. You understand he's rushing for a golden boot, but the team is a call.
Okay, no. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Everybody join me now. CAF time. Guys, if we can get to, let me make it 10,000. If we can get to 10,000 likes, I keep it open. And then we have conversations throughout the second half. Everybody will come in. You'll get your minute. You'll get your 2 minutes. We'll keep it rolling as we go along. The match is back on. Please add 45 to whatever my timer says, and you'll have the time. It is the second half. It is 0-0. Very quiet first half. It was very cagey first half, very quiet first half. The teams have issues, you know. Cape Town City, we're not quite sure how they want to build up this game and how they want to play and how they're going to build up their play to get to the front. They're crossing for no reason. They had some joy in the beginning, dispossessing the Pirates once or twice with a highish line because they're playing with Mayo and Pacienza up front. But then the Pirates is struggling to build the ball, right? I think Tito not being there is a very big influence on this because they don't know who must drop back, who must get the ball, right? They're not sure how to build that ball up. The two defenders, the two midfielders are not ball-playing midfielders for sure. Kim at least can at times, but he's not doing that. You have your two defenders. Obviously, we do know Sesane and Goki are not the most comfortable people on the ball. So it's interesting because they can't play up the middle. Hoto feels as though he can't go up. You have Dlamini Ombata having to go help out on the right wing. Why they've been playing these long balls over to Mfukeng, which to their credit, if not for the linesmen being snacks, they would have had a couple of chances. But I don't know how this team is going to play ball. Look, Kapinga, I don't know what happened to Kapinga. I don't see Kapinga at all here. Let me just do this. My TikTok says I am inactive, even though I was literally just talking right now on a multicast. Mara, TikTok, what's going on? TikTok, don't you like me anymore? What's happening? Let me read some of the comments here. But anyway, we're back in the second half. Cape Town City has been pushing a little bit. They made a change to bring in Ukhuriman for Uslacha. So let's see if that change happens. I've gotten a prediction here that 55 minutes is going to be the goal. Let's see. And I don't know if Malume Kutso is here in the comments at least. Your theory about this kit, your theory about the pistachio green kit, yeah, Pirates, I think I'm starting to believe it. This team is not playing like a team that won second. They're asleep. They're asleep, man. Malume Kutso, this green kid, I'm believing you day by day. I'm believing you more and more about this green kid. None of the Pirates fans want to jump in because they're sitting like this. They're sitting like this right now. Like this. Okay, let's see how they're going to play this. Pirates pressing Cape Town City there. Won the ball back. Oh, Mabasa was selfish in the first half. It was selfish in the first half. They could have fashioned a few chances there. Let's see. Good first half from Pirates, says Tabo. It draw today. I don't see my team winning, says Umtu. Spusiso says Orlando Pirates are looking really good. Goal is coming second half. Papa Hakito says South African football is a disgrace overall. Not only referees. In a blink of an eye, who's the best player this season? We had a conversation about that earlier. That is there anyone who has been consistent enough to stand out fully? Outside of maybe, let's say Williams in goal, you know, he's been pretty good and consistent in terms of if I look at play, right? The other guys are coming in kind of last minute. The other guys are coming in, they've got a shout, but then they don't perform for 5 games. It's up and down, man. It's up and down. If we're being honest. That's why they're struggling. Uref wangene came in now. Tim, what's happening with those shots, man? Yep. All these players are shambles, not consistent. All Lange says, why does CAF destroy other teams, but it doesn't destroy Sundowns? Well, I'd have to say experience, but also the size of the team, I guess. And also because there's no pressure for them here in the league. Nobody wants to pressure them, so that's also true. Yes, they were sixth. They're sixth. Babang Bona cheaper. They're leading. They're out of the top 8. Please leave us alone, Reggie. We've got business to finish tomorrow. Sinje actually came in with the Sinje account. Chipa is leading. They should make East London their home. Chipa is going to be a tough game. But like you say, if they're going to be playing it away from Buffalo, it's going to be tough for them there. Tao says, we're winning this one. Coach encouraged the player to get a yellow card. Hey guys. He was trying to do the Mourinho. Napoleon says, Tito Masrez, coach, can you please put in Utadisa so he can create goals? Okay, Kapinga alone. Akimobone Kapinga. I have not seen anything there. Penalty shout, yeah. Pass up ball. Guys, why is Pirates holding onto the ball so much? But he's busy praying. A jersey just off. Booking out. Please, Saleng. There's no Saleng, Norma. He's sick. He's sitting in the stands. So there's no Saleng for this game. Your bench has Buthelezi Mayelas, Bisim Tetop, Baloni, Kimvuyudi, Gonzo Otadisa, and Mahopa. Pirates are too relaxed. They're not putting any pressure. No, I don't know about Pirates, man. You finally have a chance. You're almost number 2. Stelizikiele. But they choose not to play. Problem, no Tito, no Saleng. Amen, says Norma. Pasadena Fest says Rowan Williams for the player of the season. Hey. What is Maswanga? Yay. I just think it's sad that the player of the season is player of the season almost by default. It's not even because, Ronwen was put under so much pressure. I'm sure when you look at saves per 90, he's probably not the keeper with the most saves that he has to do. He's probably not the guy who's under pressure the most. So it's almost by default. The fact that there's no other players that put up their hands, that is... Wahib says 433 from Cape Town City. Pirates must just play long balls. We're almost at 10,000 likes. So when you get 10,000 likes, I'll keep it open. And you can request and carry on talking with me. And we can go from there. Maybe you must give Mangold a chance. Maybe. I think what would frustrate me if I was a Pirates fan, what would frustrate me? Pirates has the ability to score 17 goals. No, that's why I got Mama Hopa. 17 goals in a month. They went to KZN and 4-0 Royal AM, 4-2 Amazulu, 7-1 Swallows. Like, they're very good. But then you question where that very good goes on a random Tuesday in the season, random Wednesday during the season. How come they can't do that more often? You see them in cup games. You see them in heavy games like Sundowns, Chiefs. You see them. These games like this, these are the games. Oh, that was a bad pass. Lansman continues his offside run. But anyway, OT Tito did more than just put up. Did he? For the whole season, Maramanube Kutsa, the whole season. What are we counting from Tito for the whole season? Beginning of the season, Pirates came out firing. Then they got hit by that inconsistency. But now, they've gone on a bit of a run. Cool. Is that the whole season that he's put up more than his hand? That's my thing. Can we say 60% of the season, Tito has been number one? There we go, Malume Kuto. There we go. Let me just read the last one, then I can let you in. Malume Kuto, welcome.
Mr. Uti.
Make your case, Malume Kuto.
No, there's no case to make, Mr. Uti. You see, when you're watching this game, it's evident. The combination of Utito and the green jersey, you can see Pirates is struggling without him. And when we trace to when did we drop the form? We dropped the form when he introduced to Ngozi Lodge, unfortunately. And I say it's respectful. So we had to mix.
Oh, okay. King was looking for the goal he scored versus King Raleigh.
But anyway, there has never been a point where Tito was out of the starting lineup. He's been that consistent. He's been delivering. Even when we didn't win, he was a standout performer. The number of men of the match performances that he has is deserved. I've heard people try to say, it's because Oshapas para. But when you look at the very same game, statistically, he is there contributing to a golden assist or even the secondary assist when he doesn't score.
Go! I'm glad I had you on for that one. Obana, kamu kene ka half time. Kamu khalele koril.
No, Bangbiza was a goal. That's my name. Was a goal. But all in all, I mean, that's a very nice pass from Mufukeng. Mr. Tito has been consistent the entire season. I would actually, you asked for 60, I think he has a 75 in terms of consistency. I kid you not, Mr. Oti.
Those games when he was playing 6.
He was still our best player. But was he a best player
in the team, but was the best player in the league at that point?
He was up there with the front runners. Mr. Oti, you see, here's the problem I have with these Sundowns candidates. Sundowns is a team that is well coached.
Yeah.
It's well coached, it's well drilled, hence players who move autonomously tend to struggle. So it's understand, Mr. Oti. So we sometimes try so hard to find the needle in a haystack. Let's be honest, even last season, Tebogo Mokwena, he wasn't really as much of a standout player with Sundowns. He was like, if everyone else was a 60, he was a 70. It was very difficult ahead of Ronan Williams. Even last season, Ronan Williams was as good as he is this season. But Namanja, how are you selecting Ronan Williams when he hardly faces shots?
No, but that's why I said that I think the tough thing about our league is that the players who are candidates for the player of the season, it's not in other leagues, most probably, maybe there's a standout, like no complaints, no nothing. But in our league, it feels like we're splitting hairs.
Here's my issue, Mr. Oti. I get what you mean, but I think it's the opposite. Usale was a proper standout last season.
No, that's what last season it was. Yeah.
But still, we found a way to give it to Tebogo Mokwena, who barely has a member. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I'm saying he barely has a memorable game last season. To say this was Tebogo Mokwena's game where he led Sundowns to Ikanana or something when the chips were down. And it's very difficult for a Sundowns team to say their chips are down because they have quality throughout and they are well coached. I'm not saying Pirates not well coached. And another benefit with Sundowns is that teams just sit back. So it's very difficult. I would love to hear someone argue Ronan Williams as player of the season as to which game do you remember where he was Itumelong Khune, if you get what I mean. You know when Itumelong Khune was winning player of the season, Chiefs was under siege almost every game. Man was pulling out top saves every game. Man was Peter Schmeichel every game. Not Boma Man was distributing every game, Mr. OT.
Okay,
You get
okay.
to Williams after a game against Pirates. You hear Sundowns players themselves saying, "Yeah, we appreciate playing against Pirates. This is the only team that pushes us." And then you wanna. That's what Sundowns players say. And then you wanna give it to their goalkeeper. The agenda is there. Williams will get it, but I don't understand why. And
Let me-
and like I said last time, one of the popular content creators, I get liberated content creator, Andiles, has an interview where everyone says Umaswanga deserves to be in the top 3, and 2 of them argue for Reynolds, and the rest of them, from the 3 people, they argue between Mokwena, Ribeiro, and Williams. We are struggling to separate as to who should go in, and they come to a unanimous decision, which okay, let's give it to Ronwen. How do you then give him the player of the season when you are not even sure if he's the best player at Sundowns? I mean, last season, can we really say Mokwena was better than Umshish? Can we really say Mokwena was better than Williams?
I
Let's
wanna
the other teams.
I
Let's talk
wanna-
about Sundowns on its own.
I want to ask about that. I want to ask the others. So to stay on, because I want to hear, because we actually have some people here that support the team. Ashene is coming on for Pacienza. Let me go to Abuti. Abuti, no reply like watching. I want to get now. Let me go to let me go to Agent. Agent, my brother, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm gonna force you to give me a minute about the game. Then I know you are here for a reason.
No, what is there to say about the game, eh? People are meaning for what? What? I can't waste my precious minute for people who are meaning. For what? For what? Eh? We could have used that meaning somewhere on Saturday, but it's fine. Let me increase my points at Sundowns because they're very low right now.
Membership balance, Siri.
Yeah, it's on negatives, man. It's on negatives, man. But I think here's the thing, right? And I don't know if people know in public how much you agree in person, like, because most of the time in public you always pullings, but let me agree with you in public for the first time, you know? The thing is, and it goes, Saling and Masangai is the same argument that we had last season, right? That with them, the problem with the reasoning that I get from my learned friend is he wants us to have memorable moments, but memorable moments are gonna care most of the time for attacking players, right? So for me, the player of the season is not someone who has had high spikes. It's someone who, when you look at average, he's been consistent throughout the season. You know, with Maswangai, you'll have his high ups, high spikes, which are always gonna be higher than that of Williams. But Williams will always give you a 7 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. But Maswangai will maybe give you a 9, a 5, a 9, a 5, you know, you get. But when we smooth it over, for me, it goes back to the argument we had last season of Teboho Mokwena. That Teboho Mokwena, he wouldn't have memorable games, but he was consistent. He was doing his job, you know. And he was always giving a solid 9, 8 out of 10 performance entire season, you know. For me, that is the player of the season. The player who is going to be most consistent throughout the season, you know. That is why most of the time Pirates players win cup players of the season, because for those few games they're brilliant. But when you look across the season, I don't think, to be honest, I would give it to Masangai. You know.
So then, hey, can I? No, go on.
I would have given it to Alende the study of the season, but he's also dropped towards the end Ribeiro started like a house on fire. He has dropped towards the end, you know. So you look at the disqualification that you are giving for Oalende is the same disqualification that I am applying for Maswangai, that throughout the season, when you look at the entirety of the season, they have not been that consistent. Yeah.
But then when you look at our league, though, is player of the season fair? So can there be somebody who comes from Supersport, who's quietly been putting in 9 out of 10s every day? Does it skew sometimes to the bigger teams? The fact that we're discussing Sundowns and Pirates and possibly no one else.
I think it is the players sometimes disappoint themselves, you know. The Rainers could be in the conversation. You know, Mayo could be in the conversation, but they have dips in form, you know. And like you're saying, maybe unfairly so because of the teams they play for, the quality of the teams they play for. You know, that is why maybe they will have dips in form because of the quality that is surrounding them. And then you'll have someone like a Williams, because of the system, who will always be consistent, like Abitukuj was alluding to, that the system helps Sundowns players. That's why they will always remain consistent, you know, compared to a team, maybe, I don't want to say rely on individual brilliance because they're a very good team, it would be an insult to them, but who players have individual brilliance like Pirates, where they'll have what is it called? Spikes that are clearly visible to the naked eye, you know? And that is why I always say that, excuse me, players player of the season will always be from a team that is exciting or a player that was exciting. But the player of the season, because now it's coaches who analyze the entirety of the game and look at certain aspects that the players don't necessarily look at, because the players, just like us, they look at what was exciting, you know? And the Mokwena is not an exciting character, you know? Even Williams is a better candidate than Mokwena because Williams will save penalties. He has visualized football. He plays from the back, so he is exciting. He plays risky football. The Mokwena is not exciting player to watch, you know. So, and this is why the player of the season most of the time will always come from the team that wins the league because of this queen that you are referring to. Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring in Wahib. Wahib, your team finally scored. Wahib, are you there with me?
Yeah, I told you. Just after the 55th minute.
Wahib, tell me what you think about this player of the season conversation we're having here.
There's surprising names there. Ikaram Rain is definitely one.
Okay.
And Ronald Williams is probably the most consistent of the names you've mentioned before. He's probably not consistent one season, but for 5-6 years in a row now. So I do think he deserves it. He's been keeping the national team also on top with his performance lately, so he should probably win it. But player of the season should be going to Ikaram Reyners without a doubt, because he's been effective and he's shown his quality where has been not mentioned even before, and is now coming as a surprise package. I hope if he stays another year or so, then he can be a real one to look at, and big clubs might come take him away from Stellenbosch because he might be now already in the conversation.
Okay. Look, guys, I think for me, this is why I've always advocated that you should have 2 awards. There should be a best and a most valuable. The reason why I say this is because objectively, whether we would like to speak about Sundowns' system and all of that stuff, if that's what makes somebody consistent, they are consistent. I can't take it away from somebody who's consistent, right? I still question it and say, look, it's not like he was facing all of these things, but Oksalayo, he was consistent. And I think that should be the best. Then most valuable for me is a completely different thing for me, because I look at it and I go, who has been most important to their team? And I think that's where we'd find some fairness, even across the league. I know we're speaking about Tito, I know we're speaking about those guys, but who, when you take them out of the team, you just see that, yay. And when they're in the team, they're the ones who are single-handedly keeping this thing afloat, whether it's coming down to top 8, whether it's coming down. I put it like this. Qolan, I put it like this. The difference between best and most valuable. There are some seasons where a striker will score a lot of goals, but if you take his goals away, the team doesn't struggle. Then there's people who have finished top 4 in England where the 20 goals that this person has scored, or the 15 goals that this person has put down at key moments have been the most valuable thing to that team. But anyway, that's where I think we'll see it. For now, Pirates 2. Mabasa again. Hey, he's fighting for this thing. I'm coming back, Malume Kuto, to you actually. Malume Kuto, second goal, what do you think? And then you've heard the replies from the gents about player of the season. What do you think?
No, Mr. Uti, I'd like to ask. The Mfulupuzu agent, but I'll ask you as well, since you seemingly stating what agent stated. But my question is simple. What has Ronan Williams been consistently doing? If we're being honest now.
Clean sheets.
I get it, he's been consistent.
Can I answer
He
that?
hasn't been facing shots.
Can I answer that for him?
He hasn't been. Wait, guys.
Get off.
Let me land and then you'll take over.
Okay, I'll come
Ronan
back.
Williams has been in every team, and Gulama team against Lama opponent, these teams have been sitting back, and when teams attack, they are calling a team. For example, against Esperance, let's be honest now, carry on having an honest conversation. It's not PSL, I know, but against Esperance, he considered a cheap goal. He was beaten straight. The ball was the shot was straight at him, but we won't talk about that. We want to talk about the one pass where he plays up from the back and with no pressure, no one pressing. He plays that one pass throughout the entire game. I know it's not PSL, and I did put a disclaimer, which it's not PSL. But what I'm saying was, in PSL, it's even worse, where I'm sure if we check, I'm sure there are games where Ronan Williams did not even have to make a save.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Like, even in the toughest of games where Sundowns went out 1-0, I'm sure he had faced only one shot, and it was a ticky shot, Nakoim. So, are we really being fair when we say Ronan has been consistent?
But then
when we could have put any... Remember, Mr. OT, if we're talking consistent, I think with Tony Kroos, it epitomizes consistency. He's always at the top. He's always at the top of his game. But he's not the top, he's not the best player. Remember, guys, when we talk about the player of the season, we talk about who is the best player this season. When we call the world, we say this guy performed the best. Now, if you're gonna come to the panel and admit that he's giving 7 out of 10 performances, and you admit that you are ignoring someone who regularly gives a 9 out of 10 performance, because on odd days he's gonna give up 5, how is that logical? Like, guys,
because it's a 30-game season, Malume Kutu.
We are really lying to ourselves, because last season Silent was hella consistent. His numbers were hella consistent. He was dropping niggas excuse my friend. He was dropping guys every day. He never had a dip. Let's not lie and create for great statements. Silent had he never had a dip. We just opted to give it to him. We just opted to give it. Silent gets crazy for a midfielder in SA. Hardly. Assists and goals.
Yeah.
Crazy. You see when you come right now, I think if we're being objective and fair and not following this lab chain, Ikram Reynolds is a real opponent for Maswanga, for me.
Okay.
For me, if Ikram Reynolds versus Maswanga, the fact that Sundowns supporters themselves, who should be pro Sundowns, are struggling to differentiate as to who they should nominate between Ribeiro, Mokwena, and Williams is telling. They're not telling. No one is really the best in the team.
Let me ask the others. Let me bring the others. I'm gonna start with Agent. Agent, what do you? of what Malume Kutsa just said?
Batabangizo.
No, we got that last part. Yeah, it was just rambling, Anyan.
The thing is, sometimes it's difficult to debate emotional topics. You can see that with the
Just give your statement and stop being a
is
psychologist. It takes a master's and a PhD. You don't possess such. When I give your
Guys,
comment.
let's go. Let's talk.
I'm
Let's
joking.
talk.
It's okay. It's okay.
is very emotional.
Wait, let me
Sometimes
just
it's
check
difficult,
something.
but
Okay, there we go.
sometimes it's difficult to get your point across. Even when someone is making sense because of the anger that he's doing, it's difficult to
Hey, guys.
to understand. But that's why they don't hear him. But I hear what he's saying, right? Haaland last season, he was extraordinary. He was player of the season. If you had to go to EPL, right?
Yeah.
The question that you're asking, if Tito was doing this the entirety of the season for 30 seasons,
30 games.
For 30 games, we're gonna say, sharp, cool, give it to him because he's the best player. And I agree with you. Like I said, maybe it might rain today. We can say he's the most valuable player. You get. He's valuable to his team. To his team, he's very, very valuable. But again, like I said, let's look at the entirety of the season. Sometimes maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe it wasn't this season when they were calling for the head coach, for the head of the coach. That's when the Chiefs were down. So if you look at Pirates had a very good start, dropped, and then are doing well now towards the end. There's a reason why they say how many points difference between them and us now. There's a huge reason for that.
Yeah.
So to say that a player who is consistent performing in that team doesn't deserve to be in the conversation or doesn't deserve a cup over a player who was very good in parts is very unfair from Mabuti Kuzo. So, like I said, I understand what he's saying.
Agent. My problem when we speak about player of the season, whenever we speak about player of the season, it feels as though if I have high highs at Pirates, or I have high highs, or I am consistent at Sundowns, it means more than somebody who might be number 4, right? In a team that doesn't have a good system, doesn't have the flash of everything. We don't look at those players. You get what I mean? Like, for example, Reina's, the only reason why I was speaking about Reina's is because he's number 1 on the scoring charts. He scored 5 goals in one game to be number 1. Then number 1. Mama's scoring right now, hardly got a game at the beginning of the season. So I think in our context, there isn't a fair way or a completely fair way to look at these things, if that makes sense.
And I'll give you a good example that for me, the striker of the season, if there was such kind of an award, it would be for someone like Mabasa. Because of the game time he has had and because of the games that he has been scoring. Compared to someone who scored 5 in a yes, it is historic, sharp, cool, but it is kind of skewing the data. And that is my problem.
Skewing the perception. That's my thing. The perception.
Yeah, And again, but it's fine. Okay. I thought calling it's fine. It's okay.
Let me bring in Wahib. Wahib, you scored again, 2-0 Mabasa again. And then also, what do you think about Malume Kutso's comments and also Agent's comments about this player of the season thing we're talking about?
Ronald Williams for me has been very good at Supersport. He has won league titles. He came to Sundowns. He won league titles. So he's taken the national team to AFCON semi-final. It just shows how good he is. He is he's a very vocal guy. That's why he's the captain. And and the way he presents himself at the back, calm, and he doesn't make many mistakes. He has mistakes in him, and he does make, but not many. And he doesn't concede 6 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals a match. He concede 1 or 2 for most. With some teams you concede 3, 2 goals. Maybe not the 1 or the 2, but after some 4 matches, 5 matches, your team is start cracking. And when Ronald Williams is called upon, he's always there. National team or for Sundowns. Unfortunately, against such teams that they play, these things happen. They are more quality in Tunisia than what we have, and in Brazil and in South America. We have quality in Africa if you go and look further.
Okay.
Mabasa for me, very improved, much improved player. He showed that he can come to the party when called upon. So I'm not gonna call him player of the season or whatever, but he's improving very, very good. Reyners, magnificent. 5 goals in the match. I haven't seen that in the PSL happen. So it just shows that his ability is there. He can come into the names if he's consistent. So I do think Ronwen Williams deserves player of the year because he's shown that he can carry the national team forward. If he take us to the World Cup, what then?
Okay, Wahib. Let me go back to Malume Kuto. Malume Kuto, I just want to ask a separate question. Guys, remember, you have to be following me in order to be able to jump in. I just want to ask Malume Kuto,
A separate question.
are we not punishing some players and rewarding some other players? And I mean it like this. Are we not punishing Ronwen for playing in a very good system that makes him consistent by default? And then on the other end, are we not over rewarding other players that maybe play in bad systems, let's say, that call on them to be more active than normal? So I'm winning goalkeeper of the year, let's say, because I faced 80 shots and I saved them all, but my team is just that bad. But then I'm punishing maybe another goalkeeper who has faced 30, and has done other things well. How much does that play into this player of the season chat that we're having?
Look, Mr. Uti, vele ekugcineni abanye bazopanisheka, abanye bazorewardeka. And I feel like we actually reward him for playing in a good system, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I checked the last time he played in a PSL match was against Cape Town Spurs. And what consistent talking about? Let's burst this bubble. He only faced 1 shot. Am I still audible?
Yeah, no, you're still audible. You're still audible. It just cuts every now and then, but you're still audible.
Yeah, I think I'm lagging behind.
Make the point, and then, if you can make the point. Okay, Malume Kuto. Agent, is that not a situation? He's audible, but I think he's lagging. I think what's messing with him is the lagging. Agent, what do you feel about that point? That do we not punish some players and reward some players for situations that their teams are in? Should we be doing those things as well? Ronwen will not face that many shots at Mamelodi Sundowns. Should it be a punishment? Should it be a reward? Is it fair to give him that reward? And then on the other end, if I'm playing in a team that's calling on me to do a lot because, hey, Gulit, should I be punished or rewarded for that? How much does this play into the convo?
It would be a question again to ask. Would it be fair to judge the metrics of Sundowns keeper by clean sheets, and then on top of that say, but looking at any other keeper, any other player, how many touches of the ball does he have? the number of touches he have is because of the system, so that puts him at an unfair advantage, And since Abuto Kuso was saying let's bust myths, I wanted to ask, what is the most memorable game of Sundowns this season that you've watched, despite the controversy, this season in PSL?
Memorable, positive.
Should I answer?
Yeah, you can answer with the Kuto.
Yeah, Okoko, first 7 games, you'll bribe your way through it, allegedly.
You see what I'm talking about?
Thank you for adding the last
Can I
part.
just be fair? Wait. Can I just be fair? I was here the whole season and I've been consistent. And agent has also been consistent that Sundowns has been playing nonsense. Let's not lie to each other here. Let's not lie. And Sundowns, we all know Uwiti, Panthers, they know which you don't bet Sundowns over 2.5 anymore. Because it goes haywire every game. And
But that makes them bad.
I just want to ask something. I just want to ask something, Mr. OT. A goal. Is it a team thing or is it an individual thing?
It depends on the goal, I think.
It depends on the goal, right? I love that answer. So, does it not depend on the clean sheet as well, which is Eganjan? How are we crediting a goalkeeper for an outstanding defensive performance from the defenders to a point where the opposition team can't even shoot?
Can I come in? Can I come in, Abu?
Let me, before we go too far, Malume
credit
Kuto.
a goalkeeper when it's clear the opposition team can't even shoot? How do you say
let's do this. Wait,
nonsense,
guys.
Like you're saying, we've been playing a nonsense. Shouldn't that further emphasize the point that Williams was very important because we've been escaping?
The stats are there, which defensively Sundowns have been sound by the number of goals they've conceded. And when you test the flash of those goals and the number of chances Sundowns has faced, you get them a 1 chance per game. Clearly, it's the defenders. There is no goalkeeper who's there making tackles at 16. There is no goalkeeper who's there making last slide tackles.
Guys, wait.
No shots go off. And I'm not being emotional.
Wait.
I'm being very factual.
And anyway,
No, I don't want it to be just a dialogue between these other people here.
Let me make my point, because Abutukuso got my slot. Let me get my point and move on.
Agent,
1 second.
hit me with the point so we can go to the others, as well.
Yes. I wanted to say, since Abutukuso is saying let's be fair, right? And to answer your point on top of that, right? My stats are saying in the PSL, we're talking about the PSL, right? In the PSL, Maswangai has, 5 contributions, goal contributions, right? Playing for Pirates. The Rhinos, let's subtract the 5 goals that he has scored. How many contributions does he have? Because now he has 13. So how do we justify in terms of systems, in terms of players, Pirates, who has better players, who has better everything, and Stellenbosch, and not justifying giving to Rhinos, who has more contributions as his team? I'm just saying.
I wanna go. Malume Kuto. I'm gonna come back.
Vegas is the real one.
Malume Kuto, I'm gonna come back. Whoa, why him? What do you think about this convo?
Hi, my brother. I'm laughing here, man. I can't. Let Sean speak.
Okay, I'll let
First,
Sean in.
it's fine. I'll go after him. It's fine. Let Sean go first.
Sean, welcome. You jumped into a hot pot.
Hey. I'm a big Orlando Pirates. I've been a Orlando Pirates for I've been an Orlando Pirates for almost all my life, I can say. We can't blame Rowan Williams for Sundowns having a good management at all. Sundowns has been dominating the leagues for years now. They deserve to win everything in the dstv championship. They deserve to win player of the season of that championship for every single year they win the league. We can't blame Rowan Williams for Sundowns having a good management. Our teams need to learn from that. It's not just about the money. It's how Sundowns have contracted their system. That's all I can say for now.
Okay. Wahib? Or he by you?
Abuti.
Yeah, there we
Abuti.
go.
Yes, I'm here. I'm just going to say that Ronwen Williams is a very, very good goalkeeper. He's the first line of defense, number one. He's the sweeper keeper. He's the Manuel Neuer of the SA. So how can you say this guy is not deserving the player of the year? He's been very, very good for Sundowns and also been very well for the national team. He's shown his quality by Supersport. Why Sundowns bought him? He have kept so many clean sheets. You take the goalkeeper out the poles and then you see if you can score. No goals with that defense. You can take a kickoff and you will score. So how can you say he's not the goalkeeper? The goalkeeper brings so much urgency to the game. His long balls. He assists from defense. So he's an important player to the system. If you put the other goalkeeper there in, they would even concede more goals than what they are conceding.
Okay. Okay, let me ask this question then. Malume Kuto, let me ask this question. When we're looking at player of the season, what are we valuing? Are we valuing the stats? Are we valuing the performances? How do we quantify the performances to say somebody's better? Like you asked about a clean sheet, is the clean sheet down to Ronwen? But also if Masangwani is not showing up on the stat sheet, how then do we qualify that? How should we use it to be fair? What should we look at to be fair?
All right. Firstly, I would like to direct agent to transfer markets. When checking Pitso's stats, do not use Google. I don't know why it was on 5 before he scored last game and he still scored and it remained on 5. So I don't know why it's doing that. Just check transfer market instead of Google. Secondly, Wahib, no goalkeeper in the world has ever been a first line of defense. Goalkeeper is the last line of defense. The first line of defense is the striker, by the way. No goalkeeper can ever be first line of defense. That is logically impossible. And then I am not blaming Ronwen for being part of Sundowns. By the way, Messi used to play for Barcelona in a team that had Iniesta, in a team that had Xavi, in a team that had a hot sizzling Pedro. But he stood out 9-9 without needing justification. You could see that Messi is a standout player. You could see that CR7 in a team that had Modric, Bale, Benzema, in a team that had Ramos, in a team that had Iker Casillas. You did not need to argue to see that CR7 was a standout player. An argument for player of the season is never, I just forgot the correct word. You never descend. I'll remember the word. You ascend. You don't deconstruct, you construct your argument. You don't say, calm down, I don't want to, my brother. I enjoy being hype. Whoever is telling me to come down.
Can I jump in on this?
Oh, no, let's just keep the I'm going to come down. I'm going to go down the order, guys.
You don't deconstruct as to why a player should be player. You don't start by saying, this is my player of the season, and I saw 1, 2, 3. You say, he did 1, 2, 3, did 1, 2, 3, did 1, 2, 3. Therefore, he deserves to be player of the season. Me, personally, when I look at Ronwen's stats, and I'm like, he's a goalkeeper. Does he face enough shots as a goalkeeper for us to say he's the best player? Maybe the best player. And if you had asked anyone during the season, an agent has already alluded to this, Allende was unplayable, Mr. Oti. Allende was unplayable. Box to box, we are no boy. Mokwena equally so. Maybe just 5% below Allende at some point. Ribeiro was hot at some point as well. You understand? And at some point, I'm talking about a string of 7-8 games, Mr. Oti, back to back. You understand? Building a team, a year in that. But but to hear someone say Ronwen should win player of the season because he won a league title with Supersport. Huh? Why him? I'm always in Wahib's corner.
So then Malume
So I'm saying, Mr. OT, yes, there's the eye test. And the eye test, we won't all agree on it. But we should look at a player in their position, in their function.
Okay.
I'm ready to die.
Okay.
When I'm mob, you must respond with facts there and stop being a psychologist here. Anyway, you must look at a
Okay.
player in their position. You must say, as a goalkeeper, Itumilon was making 10 saves per day. If he's not making 10 saves per day because his team is too good, then so be it. Unlucky. You'll never hear us saying the right back must be man of the match because he faced less attacks. He was untested. You will never get man of the match because you are untested. There is no way that will ever happen, Mr. Oti. They understand. Oh, Williams was really tested. He is like a right back. He is like Thomas Sweswe. Thomas Sweswe holds the record for a player who played 90 minutes without touching the ball. Imagine giving him the man of the match for that game. And saying they were not attacking him. It's not his fault that people are not attacking him. Does that even make sense in any planet?
I think this one needs to be a proper topic, a full one. Just for time's sake, Agent, in play of the season, what must we value? Must we value contributions? Must we value the eye test? Must we? What are we? How would you do it?
For me, is in your position, were you the best?
Okay.
Right? Now, compared to other positions, what extra X factor did you bring? So that you can say, compared to all the other best players in all the other positions, you are the best. Right? So, for me, Williams' case is now he has the most clean sheets given, right? How those clean sheets came about, because you're going to judge most of the times by you judge a goalkeeper by his clean sheets, you know. That is standard, you know. It's going to be very difficult to choose a player, a keeper from Cape Town Spurs to be a player of the season, a goalkeeper of the season, even though maybe he has saved most of the balls. You know, it's going to be difficult to do that. So hence, the simple thing is the one with the best clean sheets, right? And then you're saying, Maswangai, you are the best midfielder this season, right? Because of contributions, you know, because of that test, because you played exciting football, right? So for me, where now Williams edges it, we are saying, but he was performing roles way beyond the goalkeeping basics. You know, the basics of a goalkeeper is keep the ball from getting inside. Now, for a keeper who's playing as a centre back, you know, it would be very interesting to see how many players he has more touches than in the league, you know, outfield players, because he joins in the centre back. So he is a centre back and a goalkeeper when you're playing from the back. So that is the X factor, you know. And this is what is qualifying him for me this season to be goalkeeper of the season. I mean, player of the season. Will it qualify him more next season? I doubt, because now it will no longer be the X factor. It will be something because maybe more keepers will be doing it. The Pirates keeper will be doing it. The Solos keeper will be doing it. The Arrows keeper will be doing it. It will no longer be the X factor. But at this point right now that I'm in, Williams is excelling at that and he's doing it more consistently. Does he have his mistakes? Yes, but in terms of the X factor is the passing out from the back and is being the extra defender. You know, that is why he's my player of the season.
I'm legit gonna make this a full topic because I feel like it needs more discussion as well. Let me go to Wahib. Wahib, another win for Pirates, now number 2. And then what do you think should be valued in these player of the season chats?
I'm very happy with the result, OT. It's a very solid performance in the second half. I'm very glad with the clean sheet. That first and foremost, which was important, the clean sheet. Then player value for me as a goalkeeper, it's what you do, not just in the poles, but outside, affecting the players in front of you. And also contributing in the attack. And Williams does that very well. He knows when to short pass, when to long pass. He also make very, very good saves. Sometimes it's match moment saves, even though the team is leading 4-0, 5-0. It doesn't matter. It's when it's called upon, he's there. And I do think his conversion rate is probably the best. If you take a save percentage, is probably number one. So how can you say this guy is not the best goalkeeper? He also adds more to the game when it comes to being brave. So I do think there's some goalkeepers that's not in that position, and I do think Masangawai is having that one game good, next game off, having a 7 and a 8, and then a 4 and a 5. So it's inconsistent for me. But when most times when called upon, he's been effective. But there's also where the squad is. We need a squad at Pirates that plays together, and that is what we're doing. Squad rotation is very important, and next season would be much more creative for Masangwai to show what his capabilities are, because there's more competitions. And I do think that if you add to Pirates maybe a centre back and maybe another midfielder, then we can be very, very good settle for next season.
Okay, guys. I'm just letting the panel come in on what we've been speaking about. Sean, Pirates is one, they're number 2. And then secondly, what are your thoughts? And then secondly, what do you think about, just to close off this conversation about the play of the season? What should we value?
Great match, great momentum. They should just keep it up. Like, we need this right now. We need something that's gonna challenge Sundowns, no lie. Now, Abu Tikhot, I hear what you're saying. Now, talking about the play of the season thing, in 2024, the stats do count, but let's be more like specific about what has been happening in the last couple of years. They look at the marketing, who sold more, who has talked about more, and who played at the higher level. I would say Rowan Williams this year played at a very higher level, because if you can argue about Masonga, someone is going to ask to you about the CAF. And we know the CAF is not part of the PSL, but they're going to be like, he stood out. Masonga was not there. Who's that? Some people don't even know the guy. So certain things like do count when you talk about the player of the season. That's all I can say.
Okay. Guys, for the people I'm letting in now, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to just tell me what you thought about the game. And then we'll have the play of, I'm going to make it a proper topic, the play of the season chat, because I feel like we haven't given it enough time. Stosh, what do you think of the game?
Mr. OT?
Yes.
Yeah, a very good improvement from Talent Mbata. I still remember I criticized him first half. Because of the back passes and no team that they kept on doing. But second half, I don't know what is it that the coach told him, but he became a little bit fluid. But I still have a problem with Miguel's team. In the second half, he just couldn't come to the party, and then big ups to the guys up front, Mfokeng, who was my man of the match, and then Mabasa as well. Good. I feel like Kamachita Adladile, but I'm disappointed in the first half. Yeah, but I wish in the next game we can work on the first half, because
Okay. No, Stosh, thank you so much, guys. I will review properly tomorrow. Let me bring in Lange. Tell me, 2-0, what did you think of this game? Hey, what's going on? Okay, we'll come back to Lage. Issues boy, welcome. How are you?
Man.
Man, great. Tingchala game 2-0.
Hey, give me na hot money. Oh, let me start the league. Cape Town City, ne?
Yeah.
Cape Town City. I didn't see any content. Hakabona or structure, hakabona ink, kibone fela baba pala tum. Unosna creativity. There's no way. This guy Barinkima, Uchena Marinkimayo, Onasna supplier, about to open a deep. Aloba Katibolo at to team function. Our Cape Town City, they didn't came on the party today. So this guy, but I love to side in Lena Lautina. Ha ke tse ke mang out ena ne e bia o tsitsa.
Exciting la ko Munyane, la Munyane. Mara ke lebetse le bitso
la Munyane la out ena. Bana ba try go tladisa le site le mare. This guy ona sna support. Ona tlamehile hore a dule bana ba wipela dibolo haholo yena tse sa tleng le yena tse sa tleng le maoto, so there's no way ana ka function because of ona sna that support. Then to Pirates, Pirates so team Pirates ke team e company, but one thing e ke langa yona ya Pirates how they score on this game, they were more speed up front, ne? But sometimes you don't need to rush. You need to play, and it's keep pointing eloring in the blast and always have a fita palong but lo parachute. There's no way you can go around or do or rush. You need to come lay out in a barren lesedi. Lesedi negina no otonka game na I be fat because of Kimutwa come. You need to settle a game. I be fat because of tempo ya game you dim. Cape Town City in the throw at the ball body head a lebona instead of anke di bolo tse abapadise team babapadise lead team. So then in the game again in like ya Pirates today this guy ba ke Mamofukeng o trailo ga I come on that side I will play the ball on the side. So then I find the striker
very quickly. Basato Balaki until the end of the season, very quickly.
Until the season.
Yeah, Basato Balaki until the season.
Do you think so? Yes, I think so because of they are casing the opponent ball disorganized. Then that's where they're going to be like because of that speed is better when the opponent they don't have the ball.
Okay, Issues boy. Thank you for joining me. No sign is where we're gonna break it down properly. These are just the closing statements for now. Let me bring in Stepfather. Stepfather. I need to
I'm not here again. Mamela, I'm here to analyze. I'm not an analyst. I'm the analyst. I can see about Banbani. He's here talking about the speed. That's all I can say. This guy, bring whoever you want to bring. So not one boy who scored no 4 or what. Sakshaya. This guy is analyzing. I'm not an analyst. Nipakani and Sakshaya. Next, social the keeper. These days, they can analyze what see. They can do this speed and what. I'm not talking about speed here. These guys get them analyze. I'm not an analyst. What I'm saying to you, it's a kind of shy. You put the next and bias, like an end. You keep on bias, you keep on right now bias. Next week, it doesn't start. They put PE. What is that? Mandela, it doesn't start. It's not shy. Whatever you say, people can use of shy. Because of some and Mabang, today, I'm not here to analyze. I'm not an analyst. That
Thank you, Stepfather. Hey, Mara. Hey, Kolani. I know before you get off of the last thing, but I'm going to end the full topic. Uti ngale ke Mara.
It's been a while since I got the news about Stepfather. Can we just remind him because this is overthinking football, not overbreaking football. And also, Mr. Otri, I think Utinkla is lucky to coach Cape Town City because he's been terrible this season. And I think he misses Umtantani and also he misses Unotata since he had a long-term injury. And Mr. Otri, I think they play very well recently. So Ngicela nje Mr. Oti, like unginikeza 5 minutes. Ngifuna ukubuza ukuthi
5.
even now Mr. Oti, you remember 5
5
seconds, 5 seconds.
minutes.
Second Oti. Oti, if you recall guys, you remember when you had a topic ukuthi who's going to take isikhala sazwane, and I said we had for me I wish besingathola uTito, and you asked me ukuthi ubani uTito. No one knew who was Tito first leg.
Yeah.
As if Mr. Oti screaming tennis. No one knew who was Tito. It was me, Namalume Kuto, because we've seen him, but he wasn't that good first leg. My players that take good first leg, it was Abo Ribeiro Shilo. And also, if Ronwen keep a clean sheet, Mr. Oti, he plays a splitting pass lapper. He has that pass or solution, and that's Mr. Oti. If Enga test, he always touches the ball. He always starts his play. So something alone, and whenever we struggle to start from the back. Mr. Oti.
Okay. Thank you, Khanye. Let me go to Preston. Prestomi, what did you see from this game? 2-0.
Yeah, great results for Orlando Pirates. 5 wins in a row. First win in Cape Town. This is India Bolakadisa Unacheka, Jose Rivero is doing a good run with the team. He's playing well. But again, the problem yabo, they're picking up on the wrong side, on the wrong time. Maybe no first leg, abo bebe senza lo mfambisho wabo, when games go funny, come second game by view. So these are the effects of not concentrating on the first leg we lead. So at some stage, the body team is picking up on the wrong side, on the wrong time. And again, the results, these are good results. But if they were there in the first place, win. So now, what I see, who's there with a good play, like I said, there's no need to take out Mabasa, because I could see the chances are there. Naye is linked up in the play of the team. So I saw that it coming, because Utingla is relying on Ndwana Zing. And again, ended up busy. He kept on saying he's busy visiting more instead of focusing on the ball. But will focus on playing football. If you go check quick pages, Rambi Moz, about kindly instead of focusing on the football. Thing like I don't think if Unatsiga or Samtana, that would be a big mistake, because I think it is the high time to release him, because I is a team that this year Abaga win one game. So it says it's very useless. Busy visiting malls. It tells that they're ready to win Zambo Nakalisa. And I'm happy that the Pirates won Namhlanje for the first time in Cape Town, because a clear message it was needed to be conveyed here. I want the team is not playing very well. Now Pirates is sitting on the position 2. I hope Pirates in high Africa, even though they are Stellenbosch, anything is possible.
No, Prestomi, for time's sake, I just have to jump in. But tomorrow we're going to break it down, guys. We're going to break it down. Let me go to Pratema. Tema, welcome to the show. How are you?
Kunjani Pasa?
I'm right, man. Pratemba, can you give me just 2 minutes on this game? What did you think?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm just happy for Orlando Pirates. They have been winning like the last 3 games. But I just want to say something, you know. I think they are not consistent enough to compete with the likes of Mamelodi Sundowns. So yes, they are winning, but in the main issue now is consistency. Remember, if you were to compete with dstv, you have to be consistent. Looking at Mamelodi Sundowns is very, 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 very consistent. Games wabo bayawa winner, alandelana, they lose. It's only the draw. So yes, we are happy as Orlando Pirates fans, but my problem is consistency. We are not consistent enough. to compete with the Mamelodi Sundowns. Yeah, but now they had a wonderful game. Congratulations for Umabasa for man of the match. I mean, the confidence, you can see, number one, the match fitness. Number two, he is growing the confidence in front of the goals. The finishing is there. And I've also seen Umahopa Magangena, Amatachiswake, they are also fantastic. Hopefully, going forward, naye uzobuya kule form yakhe just before that FIFA, it was the FIFA break or what? Yes, the AFCON. But now, like I'm saying, I'm very, very concerned with the issue of inconsistency when it comes to Orlando Pirates going forward.
Okay.
Angazi noma uyangizwa na.
Ngiyakuza Pratem. No, thank you.
Yeah, that is my view on today's games.
No, thank you so much, Pratemba. Guys, that was the game. Orlando Pirates beating Cape Town City 2-0 in Cape Town, piling on more pressure on Cape Town City, who in their last 5 games, before this one, was 4 draws and a loss. Now they've added a loss on top of that, so they're going through a very, very rough time. In the meantime, Orlando Pirates has now won 5 of their last 5 matches. Like I said, I always say, Orlando Pirates, for me, is the scariest team in the league. Scariest. The only problem is that you win consistently enough. Yeah, it's like Sundowns, sure, you can be scared of Sundowns, but Pirates has the ability to, put you in some very awkward situations and take advantage of a lot. But the only problem is that they beat themselves and they lose that consistency when they play games. But now they've consistently won the 5 games. Let's see what happens. We're going to be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. In order to speak. Tomorrow we're going to watch Kaizer Chiefs versus Mamelodi Sundowns. I'll be here for the live stream. We don't just do live streams for watch-alongs. We don't just do those type of things. We also do conversations where we can about what's happening. Today we spoke about Player of the Year and what we spoke about it. So, guys, please follow if you're not followed. Watch the previous episodes. Watch my content as well. I've got a video coming in a couple of days that I've been working very hard on. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to those that gifted me. Mzidog, thank you. Lebza, thank you so much. I'll see you then tomorrow, 7:30. I'll be here. We will watch the game that Chiefs is going to play versus Mamelodi Sundowns and speak about it then. Guys, it's been amazing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. And then, who's this? Ansune. I replied. Bye, guys.